The number one thing a drug addict can do to stay alive is pretty much call the cops on himself or herself. Call the cops on yourself. I've done this, and I know it works, and I know it can save your life. There's a lot of people that die from fentanyl out there. They don't get help in time. They're losing consciousness. They're having difficulty walking, breathing, and they just pass out. But if they call the cops, when they're feeling all dizzy or whatever, maybe before even they took a hit, they'd have been arrested. They'd have been put in a psych ward. They'd put in hospital care. Like for me, for example, I took a hit from some lace dope. Alleged an associate gave me. This person I knew, an acquaintance, right? Not a friend. This person's not a friend. I thought they might have been, but they're just like an acquaintance. I knew him. And it was laced heavily with probably fucking, I don't know, cyanide, some shit clogged up my throat, difficulty walking, went unconscious, foaming at the mouth, difficulty breathing. I had to concentrate really hard to breathe, and I had to lay down and drink a lot of water and call the cops on myself and go to the hospital and get treated, get an IV with saline, and get treated there, get the EKG, make sure my heart's good and all that, whatever, and a shot of medicine to calm my heart down. It was mixed with meth, so obviously I'm racing, I'm going unconscious at the same time, all this shit's happening, but I call the cops, call 911. And sometimes I've been arrested for 911 abuse before. You cannot be afraid. Your heart's gonna race. If you're high, if you're doing drugs, and you suspect that you could overdose and die, I've seen it on cops, on the police cops, film and documentaries. Kids would be like on the curb, and they're like, I think I'm gonna die. I think I'm dying. I think I'm dying. They really could be. And the cops just like, you're just having a bad trip, man. You're just having a bad trip. And so always call the cops on yourself. You'll be able to get treated sooner, get an ambulance, get an EMT, get treated sooner. So another time is when I was tripping, I was running, pacing, I was going crazy. I was running around the neighborhood, doing push-ups and shit. People just probably thought I was working out. Middle of the night, people just walking around. Some people were out and about, not many. They were like, what the hell is the dude running around doing push-ups in the middle of the night? And I was sweating my ass off, trying to sweat the shit out of my system. I thought I was going to OD. I thought my heart was going to stop. I thought I was poisoned. I probably was. But I called the cops. I'm like, shit, I don't want to do this. I'm going to the hospital. I'm never going to get out. I'm going to be in a psych ward. I'm going to be here for 5-10 years or some shit. And, I called the cops, and they took me to the hospital, and they treated me. But they let me go soon after, probably shortly after. It wasn't years or months or anything like that. So, they treated you. I guess back then during the administration, they were like, well, if you're not a danger, if you're not a threat, you're just an addict, you're just abusing, partying, have a good time, whatever, to feel better, well, then they just let you go off the street because they don't want to waste resources, right? You don't really need treatment. You just need to get your act together. There's nothing wrong with you. You just need to stop using. And so that's one of the main things, right? That's the best resource I could say. Obviously, you could call rehab centers, detox centers, you can call family, and you can stay at these facilities. But the quickest emergency route would be 911. 911, just 911. There's a 988, I believe, also for mental health. And they'll talk to you, and they might send the crisis intervention team out and pick you up and get you treated and all that. It takes time. It's probably a little longer. Cops will be out in at least 15 minutes, around 15-20 minutes at least, depending on the city you're at. And so that's what I've done. It's worked for me, and that's what I would recommend too. They always say, if you feel your life's in danger, life's a threat, tell the cops. I told the cops, I think I might need naloxone. I might need Narcan. I think I was poisoned, so I think they were prepared. They took my pulse, they took a blood sample, they did a urine test and all that. They found drugs in my system, whatever. But I don't remember what I got, but they have Narcan ready. They had all that shit ready in the ambulance. So once you're institutionalized and you're in the facility and getting treated, they're gonna have everything for you, right? IV drips, all sorts of medication, naloxone, Narcan. There's another one called OPVEE, OPVEE, which is a lot stronger than naloxone or Narcan. It lasts a lot longer and it's a lot more potent. And that's extreme, opioid reversal. So, that's my main advice. I don't want to, take up all your time today. I want to make this quick and short to the point. And So call 911. You're ever in a crisis, you ever think you're OD, you're ever at a party, there's drugs or whatever, call the cops on yourself. Snitch on yourself. What you're snitching on yourself is like, well, you're not gonna get yourself in trouble. You're not gonna be mad at yourself. You're like, hey, I did the best thing. I knew how to save my own life, right? I'm looking out for myself. I did the right thing. My future self would thank me for later. And you get treated, you get your accolades. You're like, hey, you look back on that day, you're like, I'm glad I took care of myself. I'm glad I got myself treatment. I'm glad I got myself help. And I'm glad I put myself into recovery. So sometimes you can't always rely on a family member or a friend or like your mother, brother, sister, anything like that, your father, to get you treatment. Sometimes you as the addict have to call in for yourself. Call an ambulance, call 911, harass them, call them every day. Call them 10, 100,000 times a day until you get the treatment you need. They're gonna do something with you. Jail, hospital, somewhere, you're gonna be somewhere where you're gonna be able to detox. And then eventually probably they'll understand your situation if you get a good lawyer, and they'll send you to the right facility for proper medical, mental, psychiatric, detox, rehab, all that treatment, So that's it, call the cops on yourself, 911. Tell them, hey, I need help. There's a situation, I need treatment, please get me the help I need. Tell them your situation, I can't afford it, whatever. Is there a free faith-based recovery program, Christian-based recovery program, anything, right? Just call the cops. And speaking of, the cop right there, police, but it's like undercover, you can't tell. So this is Black Rifle Coffee. This is the veteran coffee shop. I don't know if it's used, probably undercover. But yeah, just call the cops. If you're ever in trouble, ever in a crisis, 911, all day, every day, until you get the help you need. That's it. Stay safe and take it easy.